What is going on, you guys? What is going on? So we're going to keep it casual. We're just going to keep the phone propped up. And I want to talk to you guys about goal setting and tracking your progress. Because a lot of times whenever you guys aren't seeing the results that you want to get, it's very demotivating. But the problem is a lot of people overestimate the type of results they can get, number one. But number two, they don't know how to properly track the progress. Like the amount of times that I've had clients just weigh later in the day, like weigh themselves and be like, oh no, I gained 5 pounds in this past week. Or I gained 3 pounds in this past week. But they've already eaten, they've already drank water, they don't know how to track their progress. And I'm like, bro, just weigh yourself tomorrow. And it turns out they lost 1 to 2 pounds that week. Is insane. So I want to talk to you guys about tracking your progress and setting realistic goals and how to stay accountable to your goals and so that you can get results that you're kind of aiming for. All right, guys? Now, there's a highway, interstate kind of over there situation. So I'm just going to, hope that it doesn't carry too much over here. Now, let's get right into it. So, the first thing when it comes to tracking progress, I want to talk about around 6 key points when it comes to tracking progress. 6 very simple points, so don't get super overwhelmed right off the bat. Now, the first thing is setting specific and realistic goals. A lot of people just don't know how to set goals. The amount of times I've talked to individuals and they literally just, what's the goal that you want? What do you want to achieve? And they tell me, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, well, you're 5'9", you weigh 300 pounds. What would you like your scale weight to be? Man, I don't know. I just want to lose weight. You got to be specific. You got to be realistic, right? Like a goal for somebody who's 5'9", who weighs 300 pounds. Man, I'm 300 pounds. I'm 5'9". I want to weigh like 175 pounds within the next year and a half, 2 years. I just don't know where to start. And I want to be able to gain some strength. Ideally, I want to be able to bench press 200 pounds, right? Like those are just a random goal that I kind of threw out there. But that's what you guys got to keep in mind. You guys got to be specific with your goals and realistic. If you want to lose 100 pounds, give yourself a year and a half, not 3 months. If you want to lose 20 pounds, give yourself 4 months, not 1 month. You guys got to give yourself, number one, a realistic goal, a specific goal, and give yourself enough time to actually hit that goal without, crash dieting or doing anything too extreme. Now, the second point that I want to talk about is using a progress tracker. Now, one of the best things that I've ever done is track my fitness journey from the very beginning. I'm talking from the first week that I went to the gym. I took a progress photo. I weighed myself. And I've been doing that off and on for over a decade now. Now, whenever you're tracking, you're using a tracker, you want to weigh yourself in the morning after going to the bathroom with nothing but like maybe a pair of boxers on. Because that's going to be your true weight. You're not going to have no fluids. You're not going to have any food in your system. And so that's like your true weight. So that's the way that's when and how you want to track yourself. And then you want to take a front, side, and back picture and upload those. I use the app MyFitnessPal. I've been using it for over a decade. And so that's where all of my data is stored right now. Even when I work with coaches, I'll take the data that I give them in their training apps, and I'll also onboard it onto MyFitnessPal so that I can personally have it forever to see my progress, all right? Now, the third thing I want to talk about is body composition, all right? You guys can measure your body fat percentage. There's scales that do it. There's calipers. There's like DEXA scans. Now, this is going to be something that's not going to be as accurate, but tracking your body fat percentage on top of the muscle mass, because sometimes if you're building muscle while losing body fat, you're actually not going to see the weight like actually drop the way that you want to see it drop. And so knowing that you're losing body fat and building muscle 100% with data to back it up is going to help you mentally so much, and you're going to be able to be more consistent, more motivated, because your efforts are working to lose the body fat. You're just doing such a good job. You're putting on muscle in the process. My client, James Bonner, he actually sent me, because his weight kind of stalled. And so I messaged him. I was like, yo, your weight stalled. Like, how's your nutrition? He goes, oh, no, here's the data, right? And it turns out he was just putting on muscle and losing body fat. And so it was fine, right? Because he's still losing the body fat that we're looking to lose. So understanding body composition, which is basically your muscle to fat ratio. Now, you also need to log your workouts. Tracking your progress. Number 4, log your workouts. For the longest time, I just used my notes app. That's it. And I would focus on getting 5 to 10 pounds stronger every single week with my workouts, my compound exercises, just to know that my progress is getting better. Because the better your performance is in the gym, and the better you are with your nutrition, the higher probability you put on muscle while losing body fat. And so tracking your workouts, data is everything when it comes to tracking, including your lifts and your workouts. Now, you can use the Strong app. For my clients, I personally have a custom coaching app where they track their weight, their pictures. It tells them when they set new PRs and new records, and it tells them when they don't set any PRs and records. So that's where my clients track their data, but you can use an app like a Strong app or do the old school way, write it down in your notes app or on a legitimate notebook with pen and paper. The key here is you just want to make sure that you're actually getting stronger every single week and you're not just sitting at a plateau, because your weight might be at a plateau, but you might be gaining 5 to 10 pounds strength every single week, which means that you could be putting on muscle, which brings back to body composition. Now, the fifth thing is track your food intake. This is more important than anything, really, because if I actually had a conversation on TikTok Live today right before I started filming this video where a guy was like, yeah, man, I'm just not getting weight. I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. And he said, I'm 125 pounds. I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. I'm not getting weight. And I was like, well, are you tracking your food? He goes, no, I don't track my food, but I know I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. I was like, if you're 125 pounds and you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you're not getting weight, then you're not eating 3,000 calories a day. Just like all of you guys, every single person ever that has said, I'm 300 pounds, I eat 1,200 calories every single day, and I've been doing that for 6 months and I just don't lose weight, you're lying to yourself. You're just not tracking. And if you are tracking, you're not tracking properly. It is virtually impossible. I don't care if your metabolism is slow as molasses. It is virtually impossible for somebody who is even 250 pounds to eat 1,200 calories a day and not lose any weight. I weigh 140 pounds. If I were to eat 1,200 calories a day for the next 4 weeks, I would lose close to 10 pounds. So you guys need to track your calories. Be true to your food intake. Don't wing it. Weigh your food out. Track it properly. Scan the barcodes. Have your serving sizes out there. Track your food. Because if you say you're eating very little and you're still not losing weight, then you're not eating as little as you think you are. So the final thing when it comes to tracking your progress is going to be record your energy levels and sleep. Now, I did this with a Fitbit. And it was a game changer. It helped me fix my sleep schedule. It helped me understand how much sleep I actually needed, because I was somebody who was like, man, I'm just a tired human. Like, I can operate on 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's all I need. Turns out my body needs about 8.5 to 9 hours. Anything under 8.5, I am sluggish. I am tired. Doesn't matter if I'm waking up early, I'm waking up later. It's all about on the amount of hours I sleep and also my REM cycle. So tracking your energy levels and your sleep in the journey of your fitness, or in the process of your fitness journey, is also going to be very well, because you might need a little bit more recovery after you start your fitness journey than what you think. All right. Because if you're getting very little sleep, you're tired all the time, you're also not getting any strength, and you're not losing body fat, and you like have a low mood, that could be you're overtraining because you're not sleeping enough. And so instead of training more, you pull back how much you're actually working out if you're not able to get more sleep. But if you are able to get more sleep, just train just as much and just sleep more. But the only way to really know what's causing that lever to go down is tracking all of this data. So just to kind of recap when it comes to the tracking progress, set realistic and specific goals, use a progress tracker, monitor your body composition, log your workouts, track your food intake, and record energy levels and sleep. Now, let's talk about staying accountable and then the key mindsets to get amazing, badass results, okay? Now, I'm holding my phone. It's just easier. It feels more natural. So I hope you guys aren't too big on me leaving it propped up. But I said it was going to be a casual conversation. Casual conversation. Now, the second thing is staying accountable. That's the second thing that I want to talk about. Accountability is key. Of course, on TikTok Live, all the freaking high schoolers and stuff come out and they're like, yeah, man, you don't need to hire a coach, bro. Just learn this information for free, man. He's not teaching you anything different. Most people hired me for accountability. A lot of people don't really know what to do, but even the people who do know what to do, they hired me for accountability. I hire coaches for accountability, right? Because accountability is key. And now, if you want to keep yourself accountable, I'm going to give you a few tips to kind of work on the accountability that could be a night and day difference for you. Number one is daily habit checklist. I use an app. It's only on iPhone. It's called Streaks. It's a habit tracker. It's like $2.99. It's super cheap. I've used the Streaks app for a while. So if I'm ever trying to build a new habit, like going to the gym or tracking my water or tracking my macros, I'll actually have a habit tracker on my phone that I have to track every single day. And I try to build out like a 30-day streak of doing it every day. My fitness app for my clients does the same thing. Like my client, my client Kevin, he's 180 days in to hitting his water intake and hitting 12,000 steps. So that's how we know, like, okay, he's going to get results because he's that consistent. He's 180 days consistent. He's down like 40 pounds in the program. And so tracking your daily habits checklist, knowing that you're not missing any days, and having, an app or, my training app, if you work with me or you're one of my clients watching this, utilize the habit tracking feature. But if you aren't working with me and you're just a follower like most of you guys can literally just download the Streaks app or a habit tracker. There's like millions of them out there, and create a checklist that you knock out every single day and build that streak. The second thing is weekly check-ins. This can be with a coach like me, like I do with my clients, or yourself. When I'm not working with a coach, I still do weekly check-ins every either Monday or every Friday. And I'll step on the scale first thing in the morning every single Monday, and I'll go to MyFitnessPal, like I told you guys earlier in the video, and I'll put my weight in there, and I'll do the side, front, and back picture. The scale's not gonna lie. And so if the scale isn't getting the results that you want and you're doing everything properly, that means that you need to switch some things around, okay? Now, the third thing is accountability partner or a coach. A lot of the accountability partners, I don't agree with it when it comes to like friends or family, because they're just more unreliable. Not in a bad way. That's not a negative thing, because everybody has like things to focus on in their life, right? They got their own kids, their own family. And I just don't like the idea of like putting my goals into like some random family member's like hands, right? Because if something happens with them and they stop going to the gym, I hear this all the time. Well, I had an accountability partner. Me and my friend were holding each other accountable. He got busy with his wife and he stopped going to the gym, so now I gained 30 pounds. So instead of accountability partner, I would say hire a coach. But if you can find a workout buddy or a coach who can keep you motivated and responsible, a coach is always going to be better than just some random friend or some random family member. But if you want to try it out with a family member, just know that you're putting yourself, you're putting your results in their hands. And so if they don't go, you don't go. If they don't get results, you don't get results. You know what I mean? But a coach's job, like you literally pay a coach to 100% guarantee that you get results. Now the fourth thing is a community. I have a community in my program, and the reason I've done this is because engaging in fitness groups online or locally, you can encourage each other, you can share experiences, you can share wins, you can share struggles, you can, like, all around. Like, everybody hears the saying, if you hang around with 5 losers, you're going to be the 6th. If you hang around with 5 alcoholics, you're going to be the 6th, right? But if you hang around with 29 other people who are losing weight, who are motivated, who are getting results in their fitness journey, you're going to be the 30th, right? And if you hang out with 3 of your friends are super in shape, and you hang out with those 3, you're going to get super in shape, right? So your influence is a big, 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 big thing. And communities online, like Facebook groups, tight-knit Facebook groups, I don't recommend like the big open Facebook groups, because they're just peddling and marketing, and it's just muddy and mucky and just not fun. But finding communities that you can be a part of is also a huge, huge, huge thing to keep you motivated. Now, number 5, I believe it is set rewards for milestones. Like, set non-food related rewards for hitting your weight loss or fitness goals to stay motivated. So this isn't, I lost 20 pounds, so I'm going to eat a whole cheeseburger. Like, no, you should be able to have that balance anyway. That shouldn't be a reward. A reward is something like, whenever I, hit 60 days in the gym straight, I'm going to buy my new workout shoes because I'm going to be so excited to get those. Whenever I work out and go to the gym, Monday through Friday for 4 weeks straight, for a month straight, I'm going to buy a new workout set, right? So it's like, set yourself rewards, but never make it about food. Never make it about stopping the workout. You should enjoy your nutrition when you're losing weight. Don't make it a reward because you have to suffer and sacrifice. Like, enjoy the process, so much so that like your food and the workouts or skipping the workouts isn't really a reward, because that's just toxic. All right. So instead, what you should really be focusing on is like, buy those shoes, buy that workout set, buy that Fitbit, that watch, right? But make yourself earn it. I've had so many people that join the program and they buy a Fitbit and then they like ghost me like a week into the program, and now they spent money on my program because they didn't follow the program. Even though I chased the motherfuckers down, they just ghosted me. That does happen for every single coach that I know. But number 2, they wasted money on a Fitbit and on their workout shoes. So like, make sure that you're serious about this before spending $200 on a Fitbit. Like, be consistent. Use that as a reward. Don't just buy it just because you decided to go to the gym, but you haven't actually went to the gym yet. Reward yourself and make yourself earn certain things for milestones. Okay? Now, the 6th thing is public commitment. This is something that can keep you accountable. I recommend it, but I also don't. Because the thing is, whenever you publicly show, like, public commitment, like you share your journey on social media or with friends and family to create external accountability. The problem, there's pros and cons to that. The pros are everybody knows you're doing it. You're in the spotlight. The cons are people are going to automatically start giving you compliments whether you get results or not. And whenever you get compliments, it's going to give you a dopamine hit for no reason. I personally run off dopamine hits. I don't share my goals. I don't share anything. I share my results after I've already hit them. And I want people saying good job for getting the result, not for starting. All right? So like if your Aunt Karen is like, oh, good job for going to the gym. Like you're doing so good. But like you failed 10 different times in the past. Have you earned that compliment? No, you haven't, because this is your 10th time. Wait to get the compliments until you start actually seeing results. So, but the way that this can work is if you actually track your progress like a fitness influencer. So like for me, I post my workouts all the time. I post my weight. I post my workouts. I'm an influencer. You don't have to be an influencer, but if you're going to use public commitment, you need to like post yourself going to the gym. Post your scale weight each week. Like show your results, show your wins and your losses, so that actually holds accountability. But this can also, once again, become toxic. So you got to look at the pros and the cons. Now, the final thing is track non-scale victories. And this really comes in the form of performance. This is what I say all the time. Performance is huge outside of just your weight. Celebrate improvements in your run time or your run length or your run speed, your strength, your mood, your clothing fitting. Not just weight changes, guys. Freaking track non-scale victories. You went to the gym for the first time, that's a win. You went to the gym consistently for the first time for a week straight, that's a win. You're down 2 shirt sizes, but your weight still looks the same on the scale, that's a win. You gained 10 pounds this week on your bench press, that's a win. Notice how none of these actually are scale weight wins. These are wins outside of just the scale. And these are the non-scale victories are what's going to really push you and keep you accountable to make you feel great and incredible and just stay motivated more than really anything when it comes to motivation. All right, guys, now the key mindset tips to kind of tie this all together are super simple 3. Focus on consistency over perfection. Get 1% better every day. I hear this all the time whenever I go live on TikTok. Oh, well, you know, if I'm not perfect at something, I just give up. Well, then you might as well not start, because you're never going to be perfect whenever you first start. But if you start imperfectly, becoming perfect and becoming better is what makes the journey more fun, actually, in my opinion. And so just focus on getting better and better and better, 1% a day, okay? And over the course of 365 days, that's like 3,100% better by the end of the year. Now, the second thing is reflect on your why. Everybody needs a why. Whether that's to become more confident, whether that's to be a better dad for your family, a leader, whether that's to be able to play with your kid again, you need a why that's going to push you. Regularly remind yourself of the deeper reason behind your weight loss goals, guys. Now, the final thing is, and my dandruff is kind of bad right now. I don't care. I'm just going to post this. I'm not trying to hide anything. And the final thing is stay flexible. You got to be able to have flexibility and adapt with the way that your life changes, okay? Adapt your plans when work or life demands change. Like if you go from working 8 hours a day to 12-hour days, or you go from working 12-hour days to 8-hour days, but now you want to spend more time with the family, you have to be able to adapt as your lifestyle adapts and changes and morphs, all right? So that is exactly how you're going to keep yourself accountable, track your progress, but also the 3 mindsets, your why, your flexibility, and your consistency over perfection. Those 3 things are going to make a huge difference with how you think about your fitness. All right, guys, hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. And if you need any help with your fitness, nutrition, mindset, shoot me a message on TikTok at BTShreds or Instagram with the same username. You can read it down in the description below, and I will help you from there. Peace.